Good morning. Today we are in the company of a beautiful girl and a very interesting person. Thank you for being here, Yael in Akuma Nature. Okay, Yael, she comes from New Zealand, but she is from Switzerland, and she's visiting us, and we have met some common points that makes a nexus, and we like to share with you. Yael, how are you? Can you tell us
I'm
about
good.
you?
Yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Yael. I was born in New Zealand. I grew up in Switzerland, and I came to Akuma Natura with my family, actually, kind of by accident, but maybe not by accident, or definitely not by accident. um, we didn't really know what would, who would welcome us here, what it would be like, but it definitely turned out to be the right place to go. I studied filmmaking and acting in New York, and then I studied ecological engineering in Switzerland with the plan of actually making something like documentaries that Sir David Attenborough does as well. And we sort of connected on this point yesterday. That was really nice. And the idea then yesterday, after taking a tour of the rescue center that's very connected to Natura glamping, popped into my head that maybe I would like to add an animal rescue to what I'm planning, which is somewhat of a highly sustainable resort.
Where you want to do that?
So the resort, in my vision, would be in Tahiti.
Wow, nice.
And specifically Tahiti, first of all, because the place has always pulled me a lot. But secondly, because the indigenous culture there is super interesting, and I want to empower that. And I want to help the animals and the people there, that the culture there is endangered in a way. And I know that there are a lot of animals there who are actually endangered, and that's a shame. So I wanted to build a resort there that is, again, fully sustainable, but secondly also very intertwined with the local culture and the indigenous culture specifically, learning completely from them. And for me now, I see that it's so well combinable with an animal rescue, so that was kind of a natural conclusion yesterday.
So if I understand it well, and I'm sorry my English is not so good, you think you could apply what we are doing here, the rescue center leaning in the Akuma Natura glamping, and use it in your own project, this idea being exported somehow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's interesting.
that's exactly what I think. I think there's huge potential in something like this, not just, not just for tourism or to educate people, but generally also for to help the ecosystem, and to actually strengthen the connections, and maybe show people that it's possible to build new connections between a flourishing business and helping nature and helping animals. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive.
And how do you think Akuma Natura will be helpful for your goal?
So Akuma Natura is, I mean, the basics are the same. You have a system that works economically. So you're supporting your wildlife rescue center with your natural glamping site, which is super sustainable. So it works economically, which obviously is important in this world, unfortunately. But it also works ecologically, and that kind of balance is what I'm looking for. I want that highly, and I think there's a lot to learn on how to run a place like this in that way that it makes sense both ways.
Good. Well, let me tell you something. It is
Please.
important to realize that this is not a business. This is a non-profit
Yeah.
organization we have. It gives us a lot of satisfaction. It implies a lot of commitment, and it becomes a passion. But if you are thinking or doing it in the way to make money, I wish you the best, and I hope, yes, you do. But for us, it is something like allows us to live and allowed us to do what we feel, to keep learning and to implement it. And we live okay, but it's not. We're not making money,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But we don't make money
Yeah,
out of
it's all
it.
good.
Okay, so every single penny that comes, we apply it to make new facilities for the animals, or to improve a new place for the gardening, or for the live pharmacy that we're making, or for more personnel, or luckily one day to start the work in progress. This is to the volunteering place we are building, as you know, as you saw yesterday,
Yeah.
in a place for volunteering, academic volunteering. So this is more or less the concept.
Yeah.
But usually we don't do it with the motivation of making money.
Of course, yeah. And it's, for me, the part of the animal rescuer will be the same thing. So the way I see it, because obviously, different people have different visions, and for me, part of it is you have to be somewhere economically stable. I'm not hoping to make huge amounts of money with this resort at all. That's the idea of it. It should really be focused on sustainability, be focused on education, on empowering the local community and empowering the indigenous people there, and showing people who come there, tourists, that if you work and live within the local community and you support the local ecosystem and you help the animals there and you have a flourishing, healthy ecosystem, that's where the true value lies. And to me, that's the same thing. This is how I want to live.
Definitely.
And so I'm not looking to make millions of cash. I'm looking to make enough money so that I can do this project and have
Grow
everything
with the
we need and
project.
grow with the project.
And if we give you some money extra
Hey,
to be able to
Merry
come and
Christmas,
visit
right?
us again in
Exactly.
Mexico from Tahiti.
Happy Hanukkah for me. Yeah, but in general, that's the idea there. And then because I have other ways to make money that don't involve this. I have an online business and all of that. So that resort is really kind of my heart child.
It's a good project. I love to visit it when it's
Please,
done.
anytime.
So thank you very much for your nice words. Is something you want to add?
Honestly, it's two things. One thing is, if you have the chance, come here to Natural Glamping in Mexico, where it's in Akuma. It's a beautiful place. They really do good work. And learn about this place, learn about the bees that they keep here. The honey is extraordinary, and the information is incredible that you get here. People here are incredibly competent. They're very patient when it comes to explaining. Bring your family, bring your kids. It's so important that they learn about this place and about what's possible when you just work with the ecosystem. This is exactly what we need to cultivate, this type of consciousness. If we want to truly take steps to improve the quality of life for all of us, not just as humans. So come to this place and support this amazing place, and support Natural Glamping and the Rescue Center, because, as he said, it's a non-profit. So their funds here, they actually go to the animal rescue, and it's worth it. And the second thing is that if you are a person who wants to volunteer, or if you are a person who is maybe an academic or who wants a change of pace, and maybe you've learned something that could be valuable to hear, write them an email, get in touch. Maybe you can learn how to build something like this in your country, which is kind of what I'm trying to do, right? Again, the support you'll get and the information you'll get are invaluable. So it's definitely worth it. And I would really, really hope that you take advantage.
Thank you, Yael.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for your listening.